I didn't have everybody do this because I had kids getting ready for a high school meet. So I knew it was going to be pretty taxing. But I'll say that like this set, when they were doing it, I was like, this set really reminds me of 50/50s, every other one fast, which we do, once or twice a year. And I really like that set. And there's enough of the 50/50s there's enough of the 50 fast, 50 easy that happen in this set where I'm like, it really reminded me of that set. But maybe it was better in some ways because we had 25s mixed in, which I think feeds the speed for the other stuff on this type of work. So I actually have a video that I took. I'll find a way to get this posted. It's like the reason I took the video is because I've got, of the two kids leading the lanes, one of the kids actually learned a bunch. I feel like I learned a bunch just watching his turns on this. And I'll say that a great follow on Instagram or probably other social media sites, Andrew Sheaf, and he can be accessed on our site as well. And he's on the mentorship calls section. But his discussion last week about athletes hitting the turn with their feet planted here, not straight up, was really interesting. So when I post the video, you'll see one of my guys doing that too much, and you'll see that he's bowed coming off the wall. He has trouble getting onto his front. And I've always said, with athletes, you can plant your feet here if you're going to kick out 12 and a half and you're kicking out for speed, because you have enough time to kick out, to push off on your back and then rotate. Now, Andrew's point is that it's really tough to go through that rotation without bowing, without kind of arching your back too much. So I think there's something to that for sure. Certainly for this particular set, there's a lot of stuff. At best, we're going like kind of 200 pace, maybe at the end, 100 pace. You can see at the end, or you see at the bottom there, I've got some pace stuff there. But like this set's really tough. And I think for him to be pushing off on his back and trying to rotate like that, it's not as good. Now, part of the reason I took the video is because the boy that's leading the second lane, he is in 8th grade and he's doing so well with his stroke right now. Now, this set, the repeats are short, we're going fast, stroke looks pretty good. And that's why I took the video, but I think it looks right now even better when he's flowing through some, threshold speed, red pace, 300s, 200s, 150s, 100s on medium to short rest. I think he looks really good doing that. I think if anything, he's a little rushed here. His turns aren't very good. He's a type of kid. He's one of the kids. Spoke about the mornings. He's like going to do mornings as an 8th grader. It's really hard to talk him out of stuff. And I remember I tried to talk about a pull-ups. He didn't want to do that. And between doing pull-ups and then doing underwater kicking well for like a week, he kind of tweaked his back a little bit for like 3 days. This is a month or 2 ago. He's great right now. But I'm like, all right, some of the pull-up stuff that we're doing like right now isn't that hard. He's doing it. But like he's just trying to add a little bit of underwater kick at a time, and I'm not going to harp on him at the end of the set, which I think I took the videos that I'll post during the section B. One of them was 100, and actually one of them I think was one of the last 50s that we did during the set. So this type of set is a whole part whole type of thing. The whole part whole stuff is accessible on our site. There's a video that I've got. It's within it's like section D or E. It's like coaching age group athletes, and there's stuff that has like videos, kind of like different types of concepts that kind of didn't really have another place to be put. But that's another video that I think is really worth a listen if you haven't seen it, about this style of training set, whole part whole. And sure, I do the 75 yards, 150 yards, add up to a 200-meter distance. And that's why I've got the stuff on the bottom where it's like half 400. So if you go a 38 and a 122, that's 4 minutes. Like my guys were 39, 120. They're going 159, so that's 358. They're getting ready for that type of swim. And I told them, I'm like, it's just the beginning. Like I told them, like, I'd rather you be a relaxed 122 than have to push it. But they ended up going 54 flat, 120.2, both the boys that were leading the lanes. And then as we went through the set, the back and forth was just awesome. And it was so tough. I'll be honest, we went A, B, C, and then we went B, C. And I was like, all right, we're done. And I was like ready to tell them what to do for the warm down. They were like, and I started to tell them what to do for the warm down. They're like, we got C. Like, oh yeah, we got C. Right, we got C. And then the young guy proceeded to go like 11-4, 11-4, 10-8 on the freestyle 25s. I mean, I'm getting him right on the go to the hand. And then his 50s were 24s and then 23-6 on the last